Welcome to Wrestleheads. Happy Memorial Day. I'm Chuck Jones.
Amar Scott.
Randy Dixon.
We are in the middle of the WWE trifecta. We got 3 pay-per-views 2 weeks apart. There's a whole bunch going on. With now Payback being over, Elimination Chambers next week. 2 weeks further down the line is the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. There's a lot of news and notes going on. Is TNA going out of business? We don't know, but we're going to get it all figured out right now. Starting with Monday Night Raw.
Before we start, I wanted to just say Happy Memorial Day to all our veterans out there. You do us a service.
Thank you.
As you can tell, we honored this. The Patriot didn't stop by. We sitting there honoring Memorial Day.
Oh, God. The Patriot.
It ain't the normal bland, normal set that we on today.
That is correct. So leading off with Monday Night Raw, we had a big splash from NXT. NXT Heavyweight Champ Kevin Owens came up, confronted John Cena. Apparently, they had a nice little exchange that left John Cena on his back. And the match was then later made. Kevin Owens versus John Cena at the Elimination Chamber.
Well, what I took away from him coming to the ring, there's a couple things I liked out of it. One thing was that he told John Cena straight up, hey, dude, you can't tell me Rook. Because, John Cena trying to give him the good old veteran talk. Hey, Rook, if you want my spot, kick back, homie. I've been doing this for 15 years, probably as long as you have or longer. You just got a shot quicker before I got my shot.
See, I wouldn't look that up, and I put it up on Wrestleheads page. Technically, John Cena started before Kevin Owens.
Okay.
So Kevin Owens was full of shit on that with that statement.
Okay, I'll give him that full of shit. But hey, he's telling him look, you can't tell me nothing because basically I've been in there just as long as you've been in here. But you got cupcaked along, in the WWE where he was busted his ass down in Japan and all the independent organizations in the United States. So that powerbomb was nice too. I can't say too much wrong about that. I like how he just laid John Cena laying. But I didn't like how he stepped on the U.S. title though. That I thought was unnecessary. But hey, they got it done.
So with that being said, as we alluded to in last week's show, all the questions pretty much got answered for the Elimination Chamber. All the matches were made. You saw unions get broken up, new unions possibly forming. With that being said, there was a big news and note. Rusev and Lana, they appear to be no more. We don't know if it's a con game at this point, but I'm pretty sure everyone saw Lana go out, lock her lips on Dolph Ziggler. So he is still in the show, and now he's stolen Rusev's girlfriend.
It's just sad. It's like I've been saying, they've been sitting there destroying this poor boy. I mean, you take his title, you take his undefeated streak, then you take his title, and now you even took his bitch. And I mean, the WWE, he got to be careful. Because the WWE, they love sabotaging people's relationships and shit like that.
In real life, yes.
They might have Dolph really start zigzagging Lana. And that damn show would not be good for fucking business. And especially for that kid, his fucking mental, that'll fuck him up. Because if he can't sit there and focus in on the task at hand, because you got personal problems, a la John Morrison and Melina, everybody don't have the heart to go take their broad to get Batista bombed that night. Hey.
Not only that, but then also Matt Hardy and Lita also, which he had to work that program with Edge, and then they ended up actually getting together too.
Well, see, that was actually a true story how it all led up. Matt Hardy, if you remember, I think he blew out his knee, and he had to go chill at home in North Kakalaka, where Edge lived in North Kakalaka also. And then on the road, Edge started spearing Lita for real. That took that to a whole nother level. I love them fucking. To me, that was like one of the most underrated rivalries of all time was the Edge and Matt Hardy because it was so much real shit.
They elevated both of them.
Yeah, Matt Hardy went to the shit house later on because he was a damn dope head. Yeah. But other than that, Edge that was the beginning of the persona of the rated R superstar, And I mean, Lita was a nice little sex kitten. It all tied in great together.
That's crazy how she left him and he went and go start to smoke crack. You know what I mean? She left me, so I smoked crack.
He was popping pills.
No, I know.
Painkillers.
I was just making.
But another, there was a couple more big news and notes from Monday Night Raw. Daniel Bryan did the right thing, came out, dropped the title.
It's about damn time.
So they went ahead and threw the Intercontinental title up in the Elimination Chamber match as well.
Big time.
You know what I mean? So that match is also set for Sunday's pay-per-view. And also, the main event, Dean Ambrose is named the #1 contender. The Soul #1 contender. So they will be going 1-on-1 at the Elimination Chamber.
And that leads into one of the last questions that we had on the last show before we ended it about Dean Ambrose going over Roman Reigns' spot and actually getting his spot, and now is in the title match when I believe it should have been Roman Reigns in the title match. And I know you believe that same way. You know what I mean? I know you're more like you don't give a shit about it, but I mean, Ambrose stole his position. Basically, they saw something in Ambrose that they didn't see in Reigns, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Ambrose is now in the main event, and Reigns is doing God knows whatever he's doing. But here's the kick. Mm-hmm. Before you get started, I believe we also said it in the last show. I believe they're going to face with this with the money in the bank case. So Reigns might win it because he's already entered into the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah, and I mean,
he need to win it because where they fucked up at, they should have put an Intercontinental U.S. title on him. I say like right after he get this briefcase, they need to put that U.S. title. If you don't have Kevin Owens going over on John Cena, that whole need to get super mad. And that's a way how you fucking start putting them over. You use them titles how they were supposed to go, and use them to fucking put people over. I mean, I give Johnny Cena credit for this shit. He has elevated the United States title. I can say that. The Daniel Bryan shit was a complete flop. I mean, because you put it on an injury-bound fuck. But nonetheless, with that being said, hopefully with whoever is this new champion, which most likely will be Sheamus, spoiler alert, I don't see how that works for Sheamus. Now, to me, if I had a choice, I'd probably throw it on Neville. Because I think that would actually help him, get him to that next level. Because, I mean, that kid's so fucking over right now. It's fucking sick. And shouts out to Triple H and the NXT. I mean, that's a great fucking product, and you're doing a damn good job. I talk shit about you a lot of the fucking time, but game, you own it. You own it with that shit.
Well, I just have one thought on that.
Go ahead.
I think WWE would be shooting themselves in the foot if they gave Roman Reigns a briefcase. I mean, I think that he's had enough of the main event, and it's time for him to go to the mid card.
How's he had enough of the main event?
Wow. And then also.
No, goddammit, answer that question.
Hey.
How he has enough of the main event?
How many main events is he going to be in?
How many main events have he been in?
He's been main eventing since Royal Rumble.
Bullshit!
Yes, he has.
Every time they fucking what was the main event? Was that Daniel Bryan versus him the main event?
Fastlane.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Fastlane. That was after the Royal Rumble.
That was the main event.
Leading
into the show.
And in WrestleMania?
WrestleMania, he main evented.
And the nigga's been
against Brock
performing.
Lesnar.
Now, if he hasn't been performing, then I can understand when you have something to say.
I like your original thought of putting the briefcase on Bray Wyatt. I think that would be a better look.
Because you don't want to go over with Reigns, right?
No, I don't. I think it'd be a waste.
I believe they're going face though.
I believe it. I think it's a waste of time to put it on Roman Reigns.
But I believe
he's had enough of the main event. Doesn't have what it takes. Now,
wow.
Getting back to what
how
you
the fuck?
said.
Wait.
Wow.
Hold on, goddamn.
I'm gonna finish my thought because I've been thinking about it.
Go ahead.
Getting back to what you said. To say Dean Ambrose stole his spot was a little crass. He earned his spot.
He didn't earn that shit.
He earned his spot.
He did not earn that shit.
No one's been working harder than Dean Ambrose these last few weeks.
Jesus Christ.
And he deserves his spot.
Christ.
I said it in the last show.
This nigga's getting it handed to him.
He deserves
They put that shit on a silver platter.
I bet you that Dean Ambrose
they put it on a silver platter.
would be better than what you would have thought.
I will say this.
Roman Reigns is not that guy. There's nothing you can
Dean
say.
Ambrose ain't that nigga.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He's doing a lot more with less.
What is he doing?
He's doing a lot more with less. He wrestles less, and he does more.
How you figure he wrestles less, nigga?
Because
he's been on every goddamn show.
According to you,
Roman Reigns.
According to you,
was it just Roman Reigns missed Raw?
According to And who missed him?
And Dean Ambrose has been on everything. They've been sitting there handing us shit. All they do is going off of fan reaction.
They did the same.
They going off of goddamn fan reaction.
They did the same thing for Roman Reigns leading up to WrestleMania. He was on everything, and he was boring.
Okay,
people got tired of him.
Okay,
listen to the crowd.
He was in the main
tells
event.
you who they want.
He was in the main event, nigga.
He
was supposed to be there.
But he's boring.
Other than Brock Lesnar, I guess Brock Lesnar didn't get the fucking memo to be there.
And did you see?
And
you saw when Brock Lesnar showed up. He's the one that made the match.
Bullshit! Bullshit! It was both of them.
Wait a minute,
It was both of them.
You're giving Roman Reigns a little too much credit.
You're not giving him enough credit. You're going too goddamn far.
No, you want Roman Reigns in the main event every night, dude. Wrestling would die slow death if that motherfucker was on top of the company.
Man.
He doesn't have what it takes.
Dean Ambrose don't got what it takes.
He has more than what it takes.
Bullshit.
He does a lot more with less.
He do what?
Look at the Rock.
Tell me what he doing.
Didn't have it either.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But look
we
at
ain't
how
talking about the Rock. We talking about
no,
Dean Ambrose.
because I have to compare to a champion that became a legend.
Oh
working
my
with
God.
less.
I'm
and
sorry.
brought a lot
I'm
more.
sorry.
Okay, wrestling wise,
hold on.
didn't have a lot.
I'm not a fucking Rock supporter like that.
Less.
But damn, I won't even downplay the Rock like that.
What are you talking
I
about?
won't even
It's the
downplay the Rock
same
like
damn
that.
thing.
Bullshit.
It's pure charisma and energy, being able to adjust to the situation, using minimal moveset, and still getting over big time.
The Rock can
Dean
go.
Ambrose is doing the same thing.
The Rock has went with different people. I have seen Dean Ambrose, when they put him in there with big people, that nigga stalls. He stalls. He don't fucking go. I can say, hey, I seen Roman Reigns. I seen Roman Reigns in there with Kane and Big Show 1,000 fucking times in the last six fucking months, and I can tell you, he can go. Dean Ambrose can't do it.
The bottom line
he
is
can't do it. They tailor-made people to get in there with him.
You know, we live in a society now.
They tailor-made. They put him in there with somebody good, like Bray Wyatt. He can go. Seth Rollins, how many times that nigga didn't win against Seth Rollins?
Okay, now the thing is with Ambrose and Rollins, I believe the match is going to be good. But at the same time, Roman Reigns did earn his spot. He did earn his spot because no matter what you say, because I do believe in somewhat of what you're saying with his lack of charisma and whatnot, but he's got better since WrestleMania, since some of those interviews on WrestleMania that he was doing over the week. He's gotten better. He's gotten better. He's gotten better. His in-ring performance has gotten better. You know what I mean? So I believe he's worked and put in the time and the work to deserve his main event slot. And for one, you were wrong. He was not in the main event at Extreme Rules. He was facing a Big Show in a damn gimmick match. You know what I mean?
And that stole the show.
My thing is, and you know, I'm not the biggest.
That stole the show. It was better than what the fuck you thought it was gonna be.
I'm not the biggest Roman Reigns fan. I'll say that, but I believe he deserved his and he earned his spot. And the reason why I say Ambrose stole it because it was like a thief in the night move. I saw it coming. I didn't want to believe it, but then once Ambrose was in that 4-way and Payback, I was like, oh man, they finna put him as the next guy in line. The way the crowd and the way they were showcasing.
Rightfully so.
But look, it was the way they showcased him. I watched them showcasing him in a different way than what they showcased Roman Reigns.
Oh.
So at the same time, you know, I was like,
wait. Amar, what word you just used?
Showcase.
Showcase.
This is the difference, though.
Showcase means when they put you out in front, right?
Yeah.
When they sitting there fucking putting you in the right fucking
But
position.
he's good though. Ambrose, I feel is better.
You can showcase Roman Reigns and you won't get as much out of it as showcasing Dean Ambrose. That's the bottom line.
Tell me, explain to me. What do Dean Ambrose do in a match?
Dean Ambrose operates off of the next guy's moves. So whatever the next guy does, he counters back.
Flip back fucking
he does more than that. And my thing is, see, I've been saying this about Ambrose for the last 6-7 months. He's gotten better from that United States title reign, which and if I say it on one end, I'm going to say it on the other end. One reason why that United States title reign was shit is because they showcased more Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in the tag team within the Shield. They gave Ambrose that title and told him basically to go away, and they put the tag team titles on Roman Reigns and Rollins.
And they knew the two niggas
but those were the guys in the big tag team matches against John Cena, against this, against that, against big names. Those two, with Ambrose being a bona fide Xavier Woods outside the ring all the time. So they didn't showcase him enough, I felt, back in that time where he could have showed a lot more. But now he's starting to show what we didn't see, and I like it. But I also thought Roman Reigns has earned his spot in the main event. He's done what he had. He's worked on his craft. He did something that DeAndre Jordan didn't do for the Clippers. He worked on his craft.
Okay, so
you know what I mean? And that's straight up.
Before we move on from Raw, the only question I now have to ask: so how many main events are we gonna? How many main events should Roman Reigns have? Like, should he just be the guy for the next 5 years or what?
Oh,
Like,
come on, no.
I'm asking, is he that kind of superstar?
Saying he been in all these goddamn main events where they purposely taking him off of a goddamn Raw, where they purposely taking him off of fucking Smackdown.
The sad part is
this dude is being fucking sabotaged.
The sad part is he wasn't on Raw and he wasn't missed. Raw was just as good.
All you doing is going off of fucking Kevin Owens powerbombing John Cena.
That's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true.
And you want to push that dude? That dude been here fucking less than 3 months, fucking 3 matches, got a fucking title, but motherfuckers want to sit there and cry and talk about people being pushed too fast. What about that? You better fucking call hypocrisy on your own ass when you fucking sit there and say that shit. Roman Reigns been sitting there busting his ass for years, plural, in the fucking WWE.
But that.
And he sat there and he took the job at WrestleMania. I mean, you don't get it, man. How difficult you think it is? They tell you 1 minute you finna win the title with your family and everybody there. Then next thing you know, these motherfuckers calling an audible like, hey, you're not gonna win.
Yeah, but
I mean, fuck your family being there because you could have said that.
WrestleMania's been over for a couple of months now.
It ain't the point. He been a fucking soldier. He been a goddamn soldier. Did what the fuck he was told.
Okay, well then he needs to continue to be a soldier and get the fuck off of the main event. He's holding it down.
How's he holding it down?
He's holding it down. If you add him to the main event with Rollins and Ambrose, he's just gonna be the anchor to hold that match down. Now you watch when it's just those two against each other one-on-one, how that match is gonna flow, how it's never gonna be a dull moment.
Yeah, we gonna see.
Bottom line.
We gonna see. Then if that goes to the shit house, what you gonna blame Seth Rollins?
I'm not gonna blame anybody for it.
Is.
But I know the match.
You ain't gonna sit there and say, oh yeah, fucking Dean Ambrose
yes, I will.
That night. No bullshit.
Yes, I will.
Bullshit, because you on this goddamn Dean Ambrose.
The bottom line is that guy deserves the main event right now more than Roman Reigns.
He needs to earn his
bottom line. I don't give a fuck if you work hard your whole life. You can work hard your whole fucking life and still not have it. Jerry Lynn worked his whole fucking life, didn't have it. Al Snow worked his whole damn life, didn't have it. So what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? No, we're talking about baseball hard work. No, we're talking about.
You gonna sit there and fucking
Al Snow's a better superstar than Roman Reigns. I said it.
You lost all your fucking credibility.
I said it.
You lost all your fucking credibility.
I said it.
This is good.
I said it.
Move on.
The ECW and fucking took
Move on.
With that mannequin head.
Hey,
help me.
That shit worked.
Nigga, the head was over.
The head was. Oh man, wow. That's a double entendre.
Yeah, but the point I was trying to make before we move on is if you're gonna
what does everybody want?
If you're gonna apply this to fucking hard work, then there's been so many superstars that have worked their ass off in the past and just flat out didn't have it. But if you don't have it, you don't have it.
Understand what I'm telling you. Roman Reigns doesn't have it. The sacrifice that's being asked of that guy, you know, and they put him in the position to get booed. They did that shit on purpose. They put him in them fucking positions to get booed, to be the fucking shit. Everybody know Daniel Bryan was so fucking far over. Now, if you would have had him and Daniel Bryan be the last two, in the end, you kicked out Rusev and put them two, it would have went over better.
I agree with what you're saying on that part, but with him getting booed, his in-ring ability put him in a position at that
and it's
time.
not even that. It's not even that.
Wasn't doing shit.
These fucking fans see. Motherfuckers ain't gonna notice that because these goddamn fans was sitting here fucking with these Daniel Bryan fucking cheerleaders. Yeah, where the fuck that got you? You sit here crying, bitch, and moan for Daniel Bryan. Where that got you? His ass on the injury list another year. Another title had to get up.
The wrong superstar got injured. That's just the bottom line.
God damn.
It's
the wrong superstar. So who should have got injured?
I think Roman Reigns should have got injured.
Motherfucking nigga, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns had surgery and came back.
Wishing ill will.
I'm not wishing ill will. I'm just saying that it would be more exciting if Daniel Bryan was here right now and Roman Reigns wasn't.
Daniel Bryan was a Daniel Bryan was a sorry ass champion.
He may have been a sorry ass champion.
He was a sorry ass champion.
But you put him in there with
that nigga can't do shit.
Magic.
That nigga can't do shit.
Magic.
He can't do shit.
I wouldn't say he was a sorry champion. I like Daniel Bryan as a
champion. He was a sorry champion.
He was a poor champion.
He was a sorry champion.
But here's my thing. You can't use who they put you in the ring with on one end and can't say it on the other end either. You know what I mean? Because they didn't put Daniel Bryan in the ring. That first title reign when
a lot of hypocrisy.
That first title reign.
That was the championship. Wouldn't that push him too fast?
No, because he was down to NXT for it.
Oh, and Kevin Owens has been wrestling for 15 years. Longer than Roman Reigns ever had. So if they put him over Roman Reigns, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
What the fuck that you got to do with you coming down in the minor leagues? And people,
but most people in the minor leagues better than WWE.
No,
And we're gonna get to that.
And you gotta hold on. And with that being said, motherfucking Reigns did his fucking time down there in FCW, NXT, and shit like that. That's what I'm saying. The nigga did his time.
He did his time.
Just like Dean Ambrose.
Again, how much time are we gonna waste?
You think about it, just like with your boy Dean Ambrose. He appeared in a fucking match. He tagged out with the goddamn Gravy Daddy in the fucking 06.
Yep.
06.
So you got a problem with him being in the event now then?
06. Where we at?
Since you know.
06. Where we at? What year is this?
This is 2015.
How many years ago that is? That's almost 10 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Point proven. Move on.
So, Lucha Underground this week. We're going to go ahead and tie that over to Amar, and Amar's going to get you caught up on that.
Okay, well, Lucha Underground this week, it was a little dip, you know, and it wasn't as exciting as, you know, usually Lucha Underground is, you know. Okay, you know, some notes from Lucha Underground. They had the Trios championships were on the line. It was the Crew against basically Angelico, Son of Havoc, and Evilise, the champions, which basically was a bona fide 3-on-2 handicap match because Evilise is coming to the ring with a cast on her leg. Now, this is my thing on Lucha Underground. Why didn't you get a replacement? You know what I mean? They could have got somebody to replace her and got into that ring and made it a 3-on-3 because it's the Trios title on the line. It's not a 2-on-3 handicap match, but in the end, the ones that was handicapped, Evilise, with that bum leg and all, climbed that ladder and took those titles off, and hey, the Crew's back down to the shit house.
And I wanted to say, fucking, that kid in Helico did another sick ass spot.
Oh, God.
That shit's ridiculous. That kid,
My.
this motherfucking missile drop kick from sideways.
Man.
I think, was he on the same shit as he was before that?
Yes, he was on that same, yep, he was on that face office. Yep, on El face office.
Motherfucker came off and drop kicked, flying in the air, from way over the fucking crowd, drop kicked the dude off the fucking goddamn ladder.
See, now the thing for Lucha Underground, I would think is now they're gonna have to have a big show, you know.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, they may. I mean, you know, starting off small, if you can only do it like maybe 3 shows a year or something, but they're gonna have to come up with a big 2-hour showcase show as well.
Well, and we go into next week, which I hope Prince Puma can just bring the match of his career because he's going in there against Hernandez for the title. And Hernandez, we all know, is a piece of shit.
He's an anchor.
Yeah, he's
an
anchor.
anchor.
He weighs people down. He walks in there like he's just,
that's why
what's up? And he sucks like shit. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Well, we'll see if Puma can actually.
Reigns can't wipe his own ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
But okay, we're still on that. Well, we're on Lucha right now. We're on the Lucha right now. We're talking about one of the best shows, one of the new best shows going right now. Let's stay on that. You know what I mean? But anyways, that is what's going to be going down next week. Look forward to it. And they got a death match. I'm going to leave it to you to watch it because I'm not going to tell you who's in the match. You're just going to have to watch it. If you're a Lucha Underground fan, you're going to love that match with the Phoenix. And guess who's coming back in a death match next week? And that's about Lucha.
All right. And now moving on to SmackDown.
No, you forgot NXT.
Well, we're going to get NXT after SmackDown because we're going to get the weekly shows out the way, and then we'll talk about the showcase show of the week,
Which was
that
the Takeover.
NXT Unstoppable. Yeah. So you get, you know, SmackDown was pretty much, you know, a status quo. You know, backing off of Raw this week. You know, they got the tag team matches all set up. You know, and it's just, you know, the main thing is like really looking at how certain wrestlers, whether they're working on Raw, whether they're working on SmackDown, whether they're working on a house show, they bring it. And one of the biggest examples of that was the tag team match of the week.
Oh man, that match was good.
That match was off the chain with the Four Corners tag teams. Lucha Dragons, they really are incredible, man. And going into the Elimination Chamber, I don't know, man.
And one thing I can say, you know, Welch, I hope they give Phil the Power, you know, another month or two to run with that, but. Because there's no rush for the Lucha Dragons to take the titles right now. Maybe SummerSlam, I feel. That would be a good spot for them to do it. But hey, it's the WWE. We don't know what's going to go on. But I tell you what, that tag team match that's going to be at the Elimination Chamber, and I got to give a shout out to the Ascension. Those pieces of crap. They're actually looking better. Looking better with their psychology, looking better with their moves, looking better with their ring presence. They're not just like they're scared of the moment, like they're on the main roster, and oh my God, what are we going to do?
The pressure's
you know what I mean?
off. Yeah. Because they ain't got them showcasing talking shit about tag teams. And I bet you that was fucking Vince. Vince tried to sabotage.
That's that old school shit. Vince can.
Yeah, because now the pressure's off of them. They are looking a little better.
They're looking a little better. But that match is going to be big time in Elimination Chamber. But SmackDown was pretty much, like you said, status quo. I mean, you got any notes on SmackDown that you want to get out there?
No, I ain't got no damn notes.
Oh, one thing that was a damn crying shame.
Roman Reigns is good on the mic.
Well, yeah, I'll give you that. But then in another crying shame, Big Show comes back and he has to take on the Big Show.
Polygraph in here.
He has to take on
Now he's good on the mic.
He has to take on the Big Show.
Now I don't agree that has to happen.
That sucks, man.
Okay. Now let me clear the air real quick.
Our house shows.
I gotta clear the air real quick, okay? I don't want to see Roman Reigns wasting his time with the Big Show. But what I'm saying is, do we have to see him in the main event every single month? That's what I'm saying. There has to be a balance here. You know what I mean?
So,
there has to be a
who should be the main
balance.
event every month, other than the champ?
Nobody. It should be the champ against multiple different opponents.
Yep.
That's what makes them a fighting champion. That's what makes them credible.
And that keeps
you know what I mean? So after Ambrose,
so
if
do
he
you have a
doesn't go
problem?
over,
Do you have a problem with Ambrose being in back to back?
no. Let's see it this way.
Okay, so
This is his first
back to
solo
back.
shot.
That's back to back.
But this
he
is
was
his
a part of
first-
that shit.
This is his
They
first
put him in
solo
that
shot,
back,
though.
so he was back to back. That counts.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
This is his
He
first
was there.
solo shot at the championship by himself.
Don't worry, they go fucking
And after
run the
this
shit out
one,
the next
and
month.
after this one, because I believe the belt's gonna stay on Rollins. After this one, then yes, Ambrose should move away from that as well, because
He shouldn't even be in the hunt.
It's adding to the championship. Well, you want Roman Reigns to wrestle him every month, and that ain't right.
Because if it was going by storyline, aesthetically, it should have been Roman Reigns because he got screwed.
He got
at
his solo
WrestleMania.
shot at WrestleMania.
How do you
The
get a solo
biggest
shot?
show
A motherfucking
of
cash in
all
the briefcase.
years.
That was only for like the last.
It doesn't
2 minutes.
matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Him
He
and
was
Brock.
a part of
He
the
had
main
Brock.
event. When you buy the
He had
DVD
Brock
cover,
beat.
it's Roman Reigns versus
had
Brock
Brock beat.
Lesnar. He has the solo shot
He
at
had
the
Brock
biggest
beat.
show.
He speared Brock's bitch ass, and then this fucking decrepit motherfucking Seth Rollins come down there and cash in a briefcase, and then that's that. We all know how the story ends. He
So anyway,
he hasn't got a head up shot. When he get his head up shot?
at WrestleMania,
What, next year?
he got his solo shot.
He
at
didn't get no solo
WrestleMania.
shot.
It was because Rollins only coming out was like the last 2 minutes of the
Doesn't
match.
matter.
He did have his.
He
solo shot.
interfered.
He wrestled the main
But he
event
didn't
at
do.
WrestleMania.
I mean, the comeback was believable, but he basically got suplexed the whole match. You know what I mean? Now, I'm just being honest. Now, if his comeback and the way he really took it to Brock at the end of the match, I like that. But majority of the whole match, he was just getting tossed around like a Raggedy Ann rag doll.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on because
he had to be the underdog that fucking come back.
we can talk
You had
about
the big bad bully.
we can talk about this all day long, but
Moving on.
we do have a nice young spark show. NXT had their marquee show Unstoppable. Samoa Joe appeared. I mean Owens and Zayn, Prince Puma, and what's the model name?
Prince Puma.
Not Prince Puma. I always get him and Finn Balor mixed
Because
up.
it was Prince Levan. You know,
Man, Prince David.
Yeah, Prince
but,
David. Yeah.
But you know, there was a lot of good sparks on the NXT show. The Divas Championship
Finn
match.
Balor though, that's
You
his
know.
name. NXT.
Yeah, the Divas,
Finn
Sasha
Balor, that
Banks
match
and
was
Becky
good,
Lynch,
but
they tore it down.
yeah, that
match
match,
should be-
that was the match of the night.
that match
that was probably
off
match
the
of the
chain.
week. Basically.
That's what I was gonna say.
That
Might
was
just get the
match of the week with those the two girls up in there.
Because you had the psychology, you had the storyline.
Oh yeah, you got
where,
wrestling.
where fucking Sasha Banks is that bitch,
Those
and then
females
fucking
good.
motherfucking Becky Lynch learned under her, and fucking won the title for herself. And then they went in there and they tore it down in the ring. They told the storyline. It was psychology. You had everything. You had the high spots. You had all that shit up in there.
Oh,
They told a great fucking story.
Oh yeah, they sure did. You know what I mean? That match was probably match of the week. Everything. It was good all the way around. You know what I mean? But that card was pretty
And the
good.
tag team match was good. Baron Corbin against Rhino was good.
Yeah.
They have a live crowd. They got a great thing going. It's WWE's.
It's a version of ECW.
Yeah, it's their
without the
version
blood.
of the Independents. It's really good. You know what I mean? So you know, NXT is definitely taking off, and they're having a following. And I agree with what you said earlier. Every time one of their superstars goes up, the fans go with them.
Yep.
You know, that's a great move, great marketing. Kudos to Triple H on that one.
Yeah, you gotta give your props to the game. But,
Yeah,
you know, that's why I said as much as I down talk and shit talk Triple H, which you know I do, we call him Preparation H. But with that NXT shit, that was he was on it.
Off the chain.
He was on it, and you know, with them setting up the Samoa Joe, because you're gonna see it in the next couple. They already taped it, but eventually Samoa Joe's gonna go against Kevin Owens, and with them setting that up, just the power, you felt the intensity of Joe bringing his nicely slim fat ass coming out there, and just they didn't really say shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Joe talked after the cameras went off
after the WWE.com.
But just the you felt the intensity.
Oh yeah, they didn't have to say anything.
And see, that's when how you properly showcase something. That was properly put together. It was no fucking follies, no fumbles. It was properly put together, and Samoa Joe didn't have to say much. I mean, you felt like he was a fucking impact player coming in, and just in that little fucking part did more for him than in all them years in TNA did.
My thing is this,
folks,
folks, be aware that
it's real. I'm just being real.
Be aware that Kevin Owens is going to come up to the main roster with these matches with Samoa Joe. Yeah, they're having their matches right now because Finn Balor's the #1 contender. He's going to end up taking the title off him, and they're going to move him up to the main roster, and they're going to keep Balor down there, which I think is better for Balor to stay down there.
And on the side note, fucking Enzo and Cass, they need to put them fucking titles on. I like them kids, boy.
They are very good.
They're fucking entertaining.
And you can't teach that.
And you sit there and think about it. I mean, I've been talking about them for months. But with that being said, it's like they got them. They let them get closer and closer, and then take it away from them. Let them get closer and closer.
It's the chase.
And Big Cass, that dude, he's an agile 7-footer. The dude can move to be that fucking tall. He's almost one of the best agile 7-footers. He's faster than Kane. To me, like Kane,
Is he as agile as
Kane is like one of the best
Morgan?
ones.
Morgan was pretty agile.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
What?
Head's itching.
Bad break.
I hate to cut you off,
Go ahead.
but we're gonna have to move into the news and notes section
Shit.
of the show.
Oh, okay.
I'm still laughing about the fat break.
Yeah. But Morgan was agile, man. Give him that, man.
Agile? Yeah.
He got better.
I saw him wrestle live, and
He got better.
I didn't see him.
No, that was a good match. He had what
I
was
didn't see
that?
him leave the ground that much.
What was that? Him and Angle, right? At the Bound for Glory we went to. Yeah, him and Angle. It was good. Okay.
No, I didn't say it wasn't a good match. It's just me thinking of agile.
No, he could jump. No, he could jump from. Man, I watched him in TNA come from off the top of the ropes millions of times. Came off from the top of the lockdown cage too.
Okay. Starting with news and notes. One, WWE has signed a deal with Stone Cold Steve Austin to put his podcast on once a month permanently. And he's going to have his first guest is going to be on June 1st, Paul Heyman.
So all the drama with those two, the corporation and Steve Austin again, it's over.
Yeah, because, you know, they tried out Jericho and they realized Jericho sucked. And that was just the way it was. You know, them shows, nobody wanted to watch them shows because Jericho, he's too much of an ass kisser. He's not going to ask the tough questions like Steve Austin was.
But the thing was with the whole Jericho thing, you watch Jericho will be back because that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna have Stone Cold there, they're gonna have Jericho there. That's what they're gonna do.
Interchanging them in and
that's
out.
how they're gonna
I don't know if they're going to interchange him like that because it's from what it sounds like the Stone Cold deal is permanent, where they said he's going to do one show every month.
Okay, then Jericho will be coming and filling in when the shows that he isn't doing for the rest of the month.
Well, Jericho's on the road with him.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I don't think people are going to watch Jericho because they know
I like Jericho. That's the Ayatollah of rock and roller shit.
it has nothing to do with it. He won't ask them fucking tough ass questions. Steve Austin, see, I know they had a problem with Steve Austin because he put their ass on blast. He asked them the questions that they probably said, no, don't ask me them fucking questions. And then with that being said, Steve Austin guests will be The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, and Sting when the show is up and started.
Okay.
The Undertaker will, I would just love to see The Undertaker one. Because, you will want to see picking his fucking brain. Hulk Hogan, I can care less about because he ain't never shut the fuck up. And Sting, I would love to hear what's going on in fucking Sting's mind.
Hogan is the most iconic wrestler ever.
What else
And
you got?
it's not deserved. But with that being said, Vince McMahon want Finn Balor on the main roster. I think we all know why. Have you ever seen his match or seen his fucking elaborate entrance? I think we all know why he want Finn Balor because basically he know that kid's going to sell t-shirts. and he can go in the fucking ring. Let's see who else. Scott Hall. Scott Hall got fired from Global Force Wrestling, or how he said he quit. They tried to put the spin story out because the rumor was that he got caught drinking and he was intoxicated. But what he tried to say is he didn't want to anger Vince because of his appearance at WrestleMania. Yeah, I know everybody likes Scott Hall, but you shouldn't be covering up for him. You know, this is how you get. You know, you can't cover up for alcoholics and stuff like that. People got problems. You have to put their ass out on Front Street. That's how they get past this shit.
One thing I will also just want to add in real quick about that Finn Balor thing before we get too far ahead. Mm-hmm. It's also up in Wrestling Heads. Finn Balor also said after Vince said he wanted him on the main roster, Finn Balor said he has no intentions on rushing himself to the main roster. The main roster is there. It ain't going nowhere. He wants to finish work down here in NXT.
I think
and Triple H also wants to keep him down there for a little bit.
what's next, they're going to put that belt on him. Because I think probably Kevin Owens might be
going up.
Being the next one going up.
Yeah.
Other news and notes. The Rock ain't ruling out WrestleMania versus Triple H. I mean, you can kind of see the handwriting on the wall. Yeah. I think basically that's why they did this angle with this WrestleMania to set up for the next one. Which I don't have a problem with that as long as The Rock and Triple H ain't wrestling for titles. I don't care. Of course, Big Papa Pump signed with Global Force Wrestling. And also, if you looked up on WrestleHeads, Big Papa Pump put out a video challenging Hulk Hogan to $1 million, said he couldn't body slam him. He really wants to beat Hulk Hogan's ass. Now he's putting money up.
This is predetermined business. He can't body slam him. I'm pretty sure Hogan can still body slam him. But Papa Pump just wants to keep himself in the limelight.
Big Papa Pump is your hookup.
I love Scott Steiner.
How? If you hear me.
But what kind of contract did he sign for Global Force Wrestling? Not a talent contract.
No. Whoa, I don't know.
Are we talking about the money thing? Is that what we're getting to?
No, it's not the money thing. I'm just he can't wrestle no more.
He's old as shit.
What the hell is
he just can't let it go.
He ain't stopped wrestling.
Remember Greg the Hammer Valentine wrestled well into his 60s.
Yeah,
just couldn't let it go.
Yeah, but I mean Scott Steiner's a future Hall of Famer. I mean, he doesn't have to run. Now if he's gonna go, I'll tell you what. Now if he's gonna go sit on the table or do something, that guy.
You can't put him on the table. He's too volatile.
But Scott Steiner can talk.
He
can talk.
But he's too volatile. He'll probably call somebody a N-word or something like that.
Yeah, he looked like a racist.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Let's see. Fucking down there in NXT, the new head trainers in NXT is Matt Bloom, aka Tenzai, and Sarah Del Rey or Sarah Amato. She been the ones she got them women right down there. That's why they can wrestle because of her.
So Norma Smiley's out, she's in.
No, well, Norma Smiley's still down there,
Yeah, but what's your name is
they just the lead.
Because you know how they let DeMont go. So basically a train.
Well, I know because the reason why I say it is because Norma Smiley was handling the women at one time.
The big
I
wiggle.
don't believe he fucking handled women, but that's another subject for another.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe you can help him prance.
Global Force Wrestling has tried to sign Bill Goldberg, but he refused because it wasn't enough.
God, get over yourself, man. Get over yourself, man.
You're 48 years old.
You're 48 years old. Your record was a piece of shit. You shouldn't have been 101 and whatever. You weren't that damn good. Your matches were like Ultimate Warrior. You lasted like 2 minutes because you didn't have the fucking win to go. You know what I mean? And you come over to the WWE, Triple H wrestles circles around your fucking ass, and it ain't enough. So you better keep cashing those checks.
So that ties into the Scott Steiner thing. What is he doing?
He should go against Goldberg.
And I'm going to tell you something else. Global Force shouldn't even be offering them contracts.
Fuck them. They want names.
Look at the young sparks they got.
But they want names to go along with the young sparks.
Because that catch your eye because you think about somebody like
Scrap Iron.
I'm about to talk about Scrap Iron.
Whoa, Scrap
Iron lands a full-time gig with the WWE as a producer. His career is over as a producer and a trainer.
Next.
I'm sorry. He's working at the WWE Performance Center.
Can I just touch on it real quick?
Go for it.
Man, when I see the championship wrestling from Hollywood's talent actually get boosted up, you know what I mean? And even if they're not, because, I know the Scrap Daddy himself, you know what I mean? I know his career's been over. But, he had a bad neck, you know what I mean? But this guy, for all that he's given to the business, to actually just to be a producer, I mean, that's big for him. And I mean, he has a lot to teach because he was a damn solid good wrestler. And I'm sorry, and he just never got a real good shot. You know what I mean? There's a lot of, and this is where I go back to the fact of people busting their ass in the WWE when you were saying about Roman Reigns. There's a lot of independent guys out there that's most of the time better than the talent they have on these main rosters. And they're never getting, half those guys don't never get a shot. So I don't believe it matters how long you've been down on the indie scene or down in the WWF. WWE, sorry, I don't want to get sued by the World Wildlife Federation. You know, but I just believe it's ability in the ring. And Adam Pearce had that. And I just want to, for the scrap daddy.
Well, that's good that he's got a good job now. He got a pension and all that.
Yeah, you know, because they weren't paying him shit in championship wrestling from Hollywood.
Probably not. Let's see.
Food or something.
Let's see. Cornette, you know, Cornette was calling in the car because he put out a thing, said Kevin Steen is the sort of kind of guy who performs in front of 200 people for the rest of his career. Guess you was wrong about that, Jimbo. Because I think he didn't perform.
I think that Cornette may be saying that purely based on Kevin Owens' appearance, because
Well, no, because Cornette was in Ring of Honor.
No, what I'm saying is his appearance, the T-shirt, the basketball shorts, that is a 200 people outfit, you know. But the man himself is a totally different superstar.
And this week also, it's been 4 years since the Macho Man passed. Congratulations to the Macho Man going to the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
You know, he will forever be missed. Put moments and stuff in wrestlers during the week. Other news and notes, Goldust's been clean and sober for 7 years. Congratulations to you, Goldie, for that, because I know that's not an easy battle. Let's see, WWE signed a Bellator fighter. They signed Jism Salami, Albanian fighter. So, you know, let's see.
So he's going to be the next guy the Pope brings out? Or how's that going to work?
Okay, moving on. They had the Lucha Libre Cup yesterday, and I think it was a Team Mexico. Yeah. It was Del Rio, Rey Mysterio, and the original Sin Cara. They won the cup.
And that's the thing. Rey Mysterio, Team Mexico. Rey Mysterio's from fucking San Diego, California. Ooh, you know, that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? My thing is, you should be wrestling for the damn United States. You from San Diego, California. What I hear, 619. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Let's see. Oh yeah, we didn't even touch on the TNA shit because we got to get into it a little bit. But Eric Bischoff, him and the dude from the Wonder Years, Jason Harvey, and Bischoff's son is suing TNA for $114,500 for breach of contract because BH&E was hired as an executive producer on a base fee of $426,000 per year paid in monthly installments. And TNA seemed like TNA missed one of their fucking payments. You know, and then they owe the younger Bischoff 12 G's because he said for wrestling that he didn't get paid. I think he should just count that shit as a wash.
Because he sucked.
Because he was horrible.
Yeah, he was garbage.
He should pay TNA. He should pay
TNA
$12,000 for wasting the TV time.
Yeah.
Let's see. But you got Total Divas is moving to Tuesdays, July 7th. So, you know, on the E Network. So it's going to be a 2-hour block from the USA to E because Tough Enough is going to be on at 6 o'clock, depending what part of the country you live in, and then after that shit, it's gonna be Total Divas. Okay, so they're taking over Tuesday.
So now the WWE is on TV
pretty much every week. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. T had a birthday. Happy birthday, Chicago's own Mr.
T.
You know, Triple H and Stephanie trying to they've been battling Vince to try to change how divas are presented on TV. Because I mean, as you've seen from the from NXT. How divas should be presented, where they can main event. And then, let's see, before I get to this part, Gail Kim called out Vince McMahon about the divas. There was no impact on, as you tell, we didn't talk about it.
Man, no impact.
But we're going to talk about it in a minute. TNA Impact Wrestler announcer Josh Matthews had something to say, and he was joking about NXT. You know, he said, how did the NXT announcers know it was Samoa Joe? Was we still in obscurity in their world? Sick of hypocrisy. Basically, he's saying that the WWE don't acknowledge nobody that's outside of the WWE. Mm-hmm. Josh, you're a good announcer, but it sounds like you got sour grapes.
Well, the good thing about that, Josh, is that he also wrestled in multiple other organizations under the name Samoa Joe, so he's been around as that name, not just TNA.
Yeah, Josh, you're going to be out of a job.
He's been talking a lot of shit lately.
And then when the last
Got
news,
done dirty.
the last news and notes, you can talk about your boy, the Gravy Daddy, Sean Ricker, aka Eli Drake,
Yeah.
calling out fucking the NXT champion, fucking Kevin Owen, in a fucking tweet. He had a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man with the NXT title.
Basically, the
around his waist.
Ghostbusters guy,
Yeah.
right?
Ain't that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Called him out, and you know we've been going back and forth because I'm like, you know, what's it?
Sean Ricker.
Yeah, gravy boat. But either or, he shouldn't be fucking sitting there calling out. That's what I was saying. But I wouldn't watch some of his matches. The dude ain't half bad, but he still ain't at the level where you can call somebody out like that.
But it's like I was saying, it had to be something personal between those two or whatnot because of the fact that, you know, look, when you go up and down the road with each other for as many years as these indie guys have been with each other, you know, there's some kind of bad blood between it. Because usually when guys like when we were talking about it, when Austin Aries won the TNA World Title, he got calls. This is when CM Punk was actively in the WWE, and this is when Daniel Bryan was still in WWE. Well, when he wasn't injured, they gave Austin Aries a call and congratulated him because they went up and down the road with this guy for years, you know, in the independent scene. You know, Kevin Steen has found some success, you know, as Kevin Owen in NXT, and more success than he's really seen on the independent market. And he's going to be pushed onto the main roster. And, you know, that's just sour grapes on some people. Ricker was in the WWE's developmental. And, you know, I'm not going to go into all because we don't have the time. That's a topic for another day on why he got released. Basically, I don't want to go into that, but he got done kind of dirty. But, hey, it is what it is. This is a business. You move on. And he probably has sour grapes about it. You know what I mean? And Sean Ricker, in his case, the big bad Gravy Daddy can get it done. He has the mic skills, and he's not a ham and egg wrestler. You know what I mean? You know, he took it from Scott Steiner. You know, come on. He's borrowing from it with the big bad booty daddy. He took the big bad gravy daddy. You know, it's a double entendre for the women. You know, thick as gravy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that was his word. It's not just a fact. That's a way of life. But I mean, Sean Ricker, you're okay in my book. You know.
So,
but I'm gonna say this. That was some pussy ass shit you saying about Kevin Owen though. I didn't like that, man. You know, you could have kept that bullshit to yourself.
And the last
you know.
in the last two news and notes, CM Punk says he want one more go with Samoa Joe. Which I wouldn't have a problem with that, you know.
He needs to worry about the MMA guy that he's gonna be going against.
And what else you got?
He's gonna take care of that. And then the last but not least, it's been a week of people that's passed. You had Brian Pillman would have been 53 this week. Daniel Bryan had a birthday this week. But, you know, with Owen Hart, you know, it marked 16 years since Owen Hart passed, since he passed, what was that, Over the Edge?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a
1999, Kansas City Kemper Arena.
That's a fucked up name to go out on. But nonetheless, with that, and then it made me think about the day when he passed, I was hanging out. And then to come home, and I remember my grandmother telling me, "Oh man, Bret Hart." I'm like,
I was told the same thing.
I was like,
I was told the same thing. My neighbor goes, "Hey, you know that guy Bret Hart?" And I was like, "Yeah, he's all 6 feet in the ground, man." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, he died."
And then I had to sit there waiting for the news, and then I'm like, "No, it's Owen."
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, I just wish his wife. It's been 16 years where you should get over it, and you have made probably $50 million off of his death. I'm like, get over this shit. It's been almost 20 years.
And that was the only time the WWE had a wrestler die in the ring.
Yeah. Get over it. Move forward. Be there, and let that man be honored
In the Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Yeah,
let them bring out DVDs. The fans want it. It's like you're just being selfish now because you're mad about what? Your kids, they got to be grown by now.
Yep.
Because they was what, 6, 8, 9?
Yeah,
so it's been 16 years. They in their 20s. It's like, let they pops be honored with the rest of his family, with their uncle, their grandfather. Eventually Bulldog and the rest of them need to get in there too.
Yeah.
You know,
family,
just let him be honored. You know? Stop with the shit. You didn't made your money. You didn't got what you wanted. You hurt the WWE. Let that man go in. Now, I think, shit, with that being said, it's time to get in these KBs.
No, before the KBs, you got to bring up the biggest news of the week.
Oh, I was going to tie that into my KB.
Well, the biggest news of the week.
Go ahead. TNA.
Total Nonstop Wrestling.
Impact Wrestling, or is it?
Impact, Total Nonstop. It's about to stop. Destination America has canceled their TV contract. And we just saw this past week, they put on a show filled with reruns.
Yep.
You know,
It was Slammiversary 2014.
they've lost TV. You know, what are they going to do now? Because that was their lifeline. They had another lifeline. That was it. You know?
See, what the problem is, it's not like TNA's not getting the ratings because they one of their most high rated shows on there, but the sponsors is not putting the money into it. So if the sponsors ain't putting the money into it,
Right.
then it's like, okay, you got to show. See, you know, let's be honest. I know, like, Barbecue Pitmasters reruns are going on right now. People watch that shit.
Yes.
I don't have no problem. I'm going to probably watch it after this show's off. Now, with that being said, people don't want to put the money into it because, hey, let's just be honest. We gotta call a spade a spade. TNA. Excuse me, I fucked up the damn name already. It's a failed product. It has failed. It failed on Spike. It never hit the marks where they wanted to. And Spike was a good network for dragging it out for almost 10 years. Mm-hmm. And they basically dragged that shit out. And when they realized that contract was up, they was gone. And the difference is Destination America has a early out clause where they can get out of this shit faster. And they're thinking about fucking using it. And TNA Dixie was talking about she gonna sue people and all this shit. And they ain't really released a fucking statement about this shit. Because they know. They know it's true. It just like was that other shit when people was talking about the paychecks. They was trying to lie about that shit. No, people are being paid. Next thing you know, you start hearing them talk about, oh yeah, these people getting their fucking checks and shit. Yeah. It's like, Dixie, stop lying. If you want to get ahead of it, get ahead of it. Be truthful. Don't be full of shit. If you in trouble, say you in fucking trouble. Maybe you might get some people to watch. Everybody knows you in trouble. And it's sad because them kids over there who fucking busting their ass, like the fucking Bobby Roodes, like the fucking Austin Aries, even though they're going to have a job, but some of them kids, it's going to be harder for them to get a job. But that's why I'm...
King going to have a job for sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, see, here's the thing with that. I think we can all agree that when Dixie Carter took over TNA, she drove it straight in the shit house.
One way...
So the one good thing that at least we can say is, it's a good thing Jeff Jarrett is getting another organization together, because if he was just sitting on the couch watching this thing go down the shitter like this,
he'd probably be dying laughing.
Yeah, it would hurt his feelings though, you know, because that was his brainchild, even though he's not in the TNA Hall of Fame and you know stuff like that, you know. But
and what happens to their Hall of Fame? Their Hall of Fame is and Kurt Angle. This is the proudest day of my life. Trust me,
bro. They're gonna get bought out.
And that lying son of... Yeah, he's my...
Go ahead and
he's my kitchen bitch.
Let's go ahead and start the kitchen bitches, okay? Do I go first again?
Yeah, you know.
Okay. This week. Well, I don't really have one this week. Just everyone be safe today. It's Memorial Day. You know, I pretty much expressed my kitchen bitch through the whole show with Randy going back and forth about Roman Reigns, so I don't need to speak anymore about it. Hey, Mar.
I'm gonna be safe. I don't want to get to this guy. So
we got 8 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this bitch up in 5. Look, I'm not gonna go after TNA because I went after him last week. But hey, you got problems. But I will go after one of your superstars, Kurt fucking Angle. This baldy locked son of a bitch. You sitting here, you want to fucking sit here and run your mouth talking about, oh, the fucking, I wanted to stay in TNA. No, you didn't. You son of a bitch. You try to find a way out. The WWE just said no. Because they wanted your ass to go full-time. It was either full-time or nothing.
He said baldy locks.
Yeah, that baldy lock son of a bitch. Man, that's what I said. With that shit being said...
He'll popping chasing black ass.
Yeah, you know Kurt loves a black ass.
I had to, sorry. Go ahead.
Kurt loves a black ass. We know that. With that being said, this lying son of a bitch sit here fucking saying, oh yeah, they wanted me, but yeah, they wanted me to... Either you wanted to stay in TNA or they wanted you to go full-time. You can't fucking change the story to depends who the fuck you're talking to. Stop being full of shit, Kurt. I used to have respect for you. And then when you decided to stay at fucking TNA, I lost respect for you. Because that just told me you wanted to be a lazy fuck. Now, I think if they would have gave you a full-time contract in the WWE, I think they would have fucking... Yeah, I said lazy fuck. Because he ain't got it no more.
He ain't got the juice.
You damn right. Yeah, that's my new shit. He ain't got the juice. He ain't got the juice no more. Now, with that being said... I think they probably would have worked with you. if they would have signed you to a full-time talent contract, you probably told them like, hey, let me work 3 months like a Van Dam, take a month off here and there, come back. You could have went against Rusev at WrestleMania. What kind of moment that would have been? Because everybody know John Cena just took that shit over because you didn't come. It was all lined up. But because your ass is lazy and you got used to that shit. And see, and this is the thing about TNA. And I'm finna bash them a little bit. They sit there and fucking coddle these motherfuckers who got problems. See, he ran away from the WWE because they would have made him go to treatment. They would have made him clean up. You can go to TNA and pop all the pills, snort all the coke, fucking pop crack if you fucking jank back in the days and do all that shit.
And come to the main event high.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy walked past every producer, every person in the back that should have said, whoa, you're not going out there tonight.
They could have did an injury angle. You could have did any of that shit. But
do a bunch of Kool-Aid.
but this,
like you did wrong with it.
yeah, Jesus Christ.
You could have made a new superstar that night.
But let me finish.
But with that being said, it's Dixie Carter, bitch. You let that shit go rampant over there. I mean, thank God Jeff Hardy fucking found his life after getting thrown in a pen for a little while. You know, then he had to find Jesus, so to speak. And I mean, congratulations to him with his family and all that shit, other than his dumb ass breaking his fucking leg, and they had to give him the tag belts, which I give him credit for giving them up. But nonetheless, Dixie Carter, you got a lot of blame. And I had to blame you with the Kurt Angle shit too, because you sat there and you let that dude for years, and he just started cleaning up his life. I mean, he was sitting there hitting them drugs hard, stalking fucking Rocket Khan, fucking probably stalking Karen. That's why she started letting Jeff give her the stroke in real life.
To protect her from Kurt.
I mean, who would have figured? Who would have figured? Jeff Jarrett is that nigga that takes somebody's wife away.
He was hitting her with the slap nut.
I mean, he fucking hit Kurt Angle with a real life guitar in his head. Boom!
In a real way.
He took your woman! And then you had to work with her! And then they lied about it! And then Dixie, trying to appease you, took him out of power. Dude, I used to have so much respect for you, because, I mean, you got it done in the ring. And, I mean, for being an amateur wrestler and being a gold medalist. And, I mean, you took to wrestling like a water took to fish. To professional wrestling. And just to see how you fucking declined. You know? It's just like what Sam Jackson's character told Robert De Niro's character in Jackie Brown. He used to be beautiful, man, right before he put his ass down. It's time for you to be put down, Kurt. You had your chance. You had your moment in the sun. You've been doing this for 20 years. Been a professional wrestler this damn long. But it's disgraceful to see that you full of shit. You could have just been a man and say, hey, you know, they didn't want me. At first you was crying, talking about Triple H didn't want to take the meeting. Because you called Vince. And Vince said, hey, Triple H running that shit. You got to talk to him, fella. That lets you know. You know what's the problem, Kurt? That's because you lied to them. You go back and what was that, 2006? He lied to him. Oh, I need time off. I got all these problems. And 3 months later, you're punk ass on TNA TV. They let you out of your contract to help you. And you wanted to go to TNA because you wanted to get paid and an easy fucking schedule. Yeah, how'd that TNA shit work out for you? Look at all the matches you missed out. You and CM Punk, you and Daniel Bryan, you and Dolph Ziggler. I'm sorry, it would have been better than seeing you versus Jeff Hardy or Samoa Joe.
You and Cesaro, man.
Shit, Cesaro, fucking Jack. I think him and Jack Swagger would have had a great match.
Probably.
I mean, you think about how many people been there. All these matches. I still wanted to see another match between you and The Undertaker. I only seen it once, and it was good. But with that being said, to wrap this shit up, fucking Kurt Angle, you piece of shit. It's a goddamn shame. You done turned into a goddamn bitch, and it's sad. It's fucking disgusting. And that's all I got to say about that.
Happy Memorial Day, folks. We'll see you next week. Wrestleheads, bringing it real. Good night.
Fuck you, Kurt Angle.
Bitch!